I like to get a bunch of men together. Men that are the hardest of the hard. And I want to be with these men.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, David. The year is 2017. For the first time in my life, I go bouldering. I have been training for quite a while now. 20 minutes later, my arms are exploding from a pump. I can barely move my fingers and I had to go home because I'm already too exhausted. 20 minutes. On that day, an obsession was born. It was around March and I decided by the end of the year I wanted to climb a 7A. Fast forward to December, 2 weeks before my deadline, I climbed my very first 7A. In this short time period, did I not only get much stronger and more capable when it came to bouldering, I dislocated my shoulder once and broke my small toe twice. The year is 2018. I see Eddie Hall for the very first time in human history deadlift 500 kilograms, half a metric ton. On that day, an obsession was born. I wanted to deadlift 3 times my own body weight. Fast forward 4.5 years later, for the very first time, I deadlift 195 kilograms, which is about 3.2 times my own body weight. By far the longest time I ever required to reach a fitness goal. And in that time, I herniated 2 discs and had major problems with my back, going so far that once I had to stay in bed for an entire week, not able to move because my back hurt so goddamn much. The year is 2015. I see Frank Medrano explode onto YouTube with some of the most impressive calisthenics shit I have ever seen in my entire life. You know what happened? An obsession was born. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be him. I wanted to master all the pull-up variations, the important ones, the not so important ones, the easy ones, the hard ones. I worked on it so much that when I competed in Ninja Warrior Austria during the casting, I put up records for how many pull-ups I was able to do.
Come on.
Fast forward 10 years later, I have mastered the form of the most advanced pull-up variations. During that time, I got tendonitis in both of my hands as well as my elbows, and I fucked up most of my upper body and arm tendons in a major way. The year is 2016. YouTube recommends me the Yoga World Tournaments. And some of that contortionist shit these people have been doing had my head absolutely dizzy. And you know what happened? An obsession was born. I wanted to be more flexible, more mobile, have more control over my entire body. Fast forward to today, I can do pretty much every single flexibility or mobility position that I wanted to learn. From the splits to the pancake, it doesn't matter, I can do it. The sheer amount of muscle fiber tears I had in that time is probably uncountable, considering that as a trainer, I've never learned how to count above 10. The year is 2020. I read an uncountable amount of studies surrounding walking and the benefits of walking when it comes to cardio. An obsession was born. I decided that I will ditch the bus and ditch all the amazing infrastructure we have here in Vienna. Since it is a walkable city, I will walk everywhere. Since then, every single day I have walked more than 10,000 steps. In the last 2 years, I burned more than 1.5 million calories just through walking. That is the amount of energy a nuclear power plant produces in 6.5 seconds, which is a pretty long time, I am told by my girlfriend. In that time, I didn't get injured at all. Walking, not so dangerous. Very good for your health though. The year is 2023. I decide that I want to take this YouTube thing seriously. For the first time in my life, I put a lot of effort into making a video, and it got about 150 views. On that day, an obsession was born. I had about 800 subscribers and I decided I will upload a full video every single day. And I'm quite proud to say that I have done this for almost the past 2 years without failing a single day. And grew this channel from less than 1,000 subscribers to over 16,000 people. More than 4.5 million views. Do you know what that means? That means people saw this face, heard this voice and thought, sure, I could see this again. And on TikTok, that number is even freaking higher. Even though I just started out there like half a year ago. I did all of this next to a full-time job and not taking a single day off. In that time, I tore my meniscus, I tore my ACL, and they haven't healed yet because I do not have the time to take a break for long enough so that can heal. Now, if you've been truly paying attention, you probably already guessed what that skill is. And if you haven't, let me spell it out for you. It is not discipline, it is not motivation. My skill is being an absolute goddamn moron. You see, the dumber you are, the more likely you will succeed in all of the goals that require repetition. Doing something over and over and over again, even though you have failed, even though it isn't fun, even though you want to do something else, doing it again will be much, much easier if you are a moron. This is exactly what goes through my head when I am working on reaching any of my fitness goals. I guess I'll do it again. Now, being a moron cannot be taught, however, you can fake it. Stop making things complicated and go through the motions. Even better if you can have fun while doing it, because the more fun you have, the less discipline you will need, the less motivation you will need, and your moronity will take over to help you advance in all of these aspects. Because it does take a certain amount of turning off your brain when you see something that you want to learn and you think to yourself, oh, I can do that, and then you do it and you fail 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 and you fail, and one day you don't. The more you think about it, the more you will complicate things. The more you complicate things, the less likely you will achieve them. Just be careful, we're only talking about physical fitness here. I don't want you turning off your brain when you're driving home because this is gonna end badly. All of this is more about relaxation, letting go, just like anal. The more you can let go, the more fun you will have, the easier it will be, and the higher the chances that you will do it again. Now that you know that, there is only one single thing you have to be careful about, and that is not to be too much of a moron, because if you are, you will end up just like me, getting injured in all kinds of places that you do not want to get injured in. Not to mention that you will be overdoing it in the long run, and it will be detrimental to your health instead of being a benefit. So you will have to find a balance between being too much of a moron and being too intelligent and having too much of a brain. I have yet to learn this skill, however, I am pretty sure that by the time I am 70 or 80, I will have learned it, and then I will update this video. But until then, sadly, that's all the time I've left you today. However, if you like the video and subscribe, and please guys, check out other videos on this channel because we literally have new ones, as I said, every single day, which means that I will see you guys tomorrow. Cairo. Peace out.